Over the course of 300 years, Viking art saw a period of progression of style phases. Scandinavia was the area where the purest forms of the six main style phases of Viking art were created and flourished. These phases were named Oseberg, Bore, Jelling, Mammon, Ringerike, and Uruz for the location where artifacts were uncovered. The Oseberg style phase was named after the site where a well-preserved, highly decorated ship was discovered near Tønsberg, Norway. The main characteristic motif during this time frame was the gripping beast, which features paws that grip the borders around it, neighboring beasts or its own body. At the head of the Oseberg longship from approximately 825, we see a roaring beast constructed out of timber. On the head there is intricate pattern of twisting and turning interwoven animals in the act of gripping and snapping. This pattern expresses the union between animal forms and interlaced patterns. The Bore style phase was named after the discovery of bronze harness mounts in a ship grave near Bore, Norway. Bore style showcases a range of geometric interlace and knot patterns and zoomorphic motifs. The gripping beast characteristic of the Oseberg period continues to play a part of the Bore style. Ribbon animal plates are tightly interlaced and animal bodies are arranged to create tight, closed compositions that fill the available space within the geometric patterns. Background is absent, which contrasts with the overlapping, more fluid and open compositions of the Yellen style. A symmetrical, double-contoured ring chain that consists of interlaced circles separated by transverse bars and rhombus-shaped overlay is a particular feature of Bore style. The ring chain sometimes ends with an animal head high in relief. The ridges of the design in the metalwork are usually nicked to emanate filigree wire in finer pieces. With the increasing influence of Christianity, gold pendants were being created that mixed Viking pagan symbols with Christian symbols. Gold pendants showed the artistic craftsmanship of the Vikings during the late 10th century by creating these pendants, usually for Viking royalty. We could see that the pendants blend Thor's hammer and the Christian cross seamlessly. The Yelling style is often found in conjunction with the Bore style and considered the Scandinavian animal art age. The style is characteristic by marked stylized and often band-shaped bodies of animals. The Mammon style overlaps both in time and appearance with the Yelling style, but shows a more emphatic form on the same theme. Animal motifs have fuller bodies instead of ribbons, spirals on the hips, and often a total covering of billets. Plant-like tendrils derived from Carolingian acanthus are beginning to appear on the objects. Named after the discovered axe head from a burial mound in Mammon, Denmark, the axe head is ornately decorated on both sides with inlaid silver designs, probably a ceremonial parade weapon that was the property of a man of higher position. The Cannon casket, which was destroyed during World War II, was a squat chest with a lid that sloped like a roof, made of thin panels of ivory and horn that is joined together by bronze bands. The panels were completely filled with pelleted beasts, and tendrils with the metal bands are more simply decorated with raised animal heads. Ringerike style received its name from a group of rune stones with animal and plant motifs. The most common motifs are lions, bears, band-shaped animals, and spirals. Some elements appear for the first time in Scandinavian art, such as different types of crosses, palmettes, and pretzel-shaped nooses that tie together two motifs. The Ringerike style further developed the plant-like tendrils we saw in the Mammon style. They now become thrusting tendrils, threatening to dominate the animals they usually surround. We see this on the Vang stone found in Vang, Norway, and a rune stone, which is a 2.15-meter high slab of carved slate with the runic inscription on the right side. The center is filled with a balanced tendril springing from two shell spirals at the base. The tendrils seem to cross twice and terminate in looped tendrils. During this time, ringwork style was being incorporated into copper gilt weather vanes. The weather vanes found in Södertälje, Sweden, display one face two axillary constructed loops in the form of snakes, which in turn sprout systematically symmetrical placed tendrils. During this period of time, the style was characterized with slim and stylized animals that are interwoven into tight patterns. With the animal heads seen in profile, they have slender almond-shaped eyes, and they are upwardly curved appendages on the noses and the necks. Runestone style evolved during this time from simply during the early years to more increasingly complex towards the end of the Ørnes period. The Ørnes style was named after the 12th century stave church in Ørnes, Norway, built around 1130. It is the oldest church of its kind and still stands today. It was built as a combination of Ørnes style and the Romanesque style. The wood-carved portal of the stave wedge-shaped timbers placed vertically, church featured standing, biting quadrupeds and more sinuous bipeds encased in thin, looping snakes with folate tails. Two techniques were used to create the portal. One, a high round relief with some threads almost 12 centimeters deep, but as thin as a knife edge. And two, a quieter echo of the same patterns in a low, flat relief. The Pitney brooch showcased the way Viking artisans were able to incorporate intricate designs using gilt copper. With a scalloped border, the convex surface of the brooch bears an open-work design of a coiled ribbon animal in combat with a snake, the age-old battle of good versus evil detailed on the small brooch. In conclusion, with Christianity taking a foothold in Scandinavia, it curtailed Viking artistic designs. Most of the Viking Age art has been destroyed over the centuries, but the artifacts that do survive today portray a positive artistic side to the destructive, marauding pirates of Scandinavia.